Good morning and welcome to everyone. First of all, let me introduce me. My name is Luca Ernesto Mazzarella, PhD student in education for the Deusto University of Bilbao. Let me say, I'm very glad to be here on this Congress and have the opportunity of sharing my contribution titled Being a Refugee and Woman of Rural Communities, an analysis between identity reconstruction and territorial socioeconomic redemption in the region of Basilicata. Basilicata is a region located in the southern part of Italy, and according to our theoretical framework, we referred the organization of refugee project to the analysis of the annual report of the Italian system of hosting refugees. Indeed, to address historical and the anthropological territory condition of the region, we referred the work of Tetti and De Martino. And in accordance to address migration flows towards rural marginal area, the work of Corrado, D'Agostino, and Marcello Balbo. In conclusion, to handle the intercultural aspects of pluricultural context, we turn to UNESCO and Council of Europe contributions and also the intercultural study of Daria Dirdov, D'Agostino Portera, and Massimiliano Fiorucci. This research implemented the qualitative method of the case study with the investigation in the field, and the research objectives are to investigate paradigms of future exploitation of refugees in rural areas and also to highlight the added value of Basilicata from the gender perspective of former beneficiaries of projects. In order to answer these goals, we selected as instrument of data collection the individual in-depth interview. In details, 11 interviewees were selected, among them 8 men and 3 women. Each one of them representing 2 different centers selected as models of good inclusive process. The first one, the City of Peace and Children Foundation of Potenza, and the second one, the Il Sicomoro Association of Matera. Also, interviewees were asked to discuss the following 4 dimensions: the perception about working condition, about houses condition, about intercultural behavior, and the perception of economic and social well-being. As a result, and succeeding the analysis process through Atlas T program, it is defined the following model showing differences between female and male perspective about added value of Basilicata rural communities. As we can see, it is made of 2 different circles, the one on the left relative to man perspective and the other one on the right to female. In the middle, the space of intersection between the 2 spheres shows how the 2 perspectives reveals elements in common, but in generally from top to bottom, male perspective basically focuses on, from one end, on critical points and weaknesses of this territory, and on the other end, on cultural aspects in common with their cultures. On the contrary, female perspective highlights important and more proactive elements, for example, the importance of visual and sensorial aspects, or also a more direct expression of feelings towards new place of living, and the last one, a more pragmatic approach to their new daily life. Comparing these 2 perspectives, women show themselves more open-minded and intercultural method to dive freely in their new community life. So, in conclusion, the study confirms a specific added value of the rural territory of Basilicata, and at the same time, female perception shows a deeper connection with distant territories. Indeed, and more importantly for this study, women's perspective shed a light on the meaningful role of them to play in this rural context. For this reason, we claim further research, qualitative and quantitative, in order to define their contribution as promotion of rural and inner areas. That's all. Thanks for having me and for your kind attention. Please do not hesitate to send me your comments and proposal. And that's all. Have a nice day. Muchísimas gracias por todo. Muchísimas gracias por vuestra atención y espero vuestros comentarios.